Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Joseph's Point of View, where we focus on human nature stories from the Carolinas and beyond. Today's Saturday and it's March the 1st, 2025. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you find the information here to be informative. And if you're a returning viewer, by all means, thank you for coming back. You know, I always say the tide changes so frequently here on these YouTube streets, so you always have to acknowledge where your support comes from. And I want you to know I sincerely thank you for your support. Feel free to like and to share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. And our story today comes from Granite Falls here in North Carolina. Take a look at that headline. And it reads, North Carolina pastor sentenced to 10 years for child sex crimes. So I'll provide you with a summary here, and as always, I'll identify some of my sources for you in the description box. So this video is a conclusion to one we discussed back in November of 2023, and it's from my series entitled Church Leaders Behaving Badly. And it has to do with a church pastor who had some very serious charges that had to do with sex crimes against children. And he has had his day in court, and he's now off to a decade behind bars. So come join me, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll tell you all about it. And this case was prosecuted by the Department of Justice, specifically the United States Office for the Western District of North Carolina. And as you can see here, the date of this reporting was February the 13th, 2025. And we're talking about 53-year-old Ashley Rouse, a former senior pastor at the New Vision Baptist Church in Granite Falls, North Carolina. And again, this dates back to the spring. Let's go back to the spring. He was charged in November, but it really started back in the spring of 2023 when the authorities were first alerted. Now, it was the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children who first notified authorities that a Dropbox user had been downloading images of children that was sexual in nature. And an investigation determined that Pastor Ashley Rouse was the owner of that Dropbox, but it was several months later in November 2023 when authorities searched his office and his home prior to making an arrest. Now, a search warrant was obtained for the pastor's office, his home, and all of his electronic devices were seized. And immediately Krause admitted he told investigators that he had been downloading and collecting child porn for 5 to 6 years and that he viewed the materials while working at the church. So while working, the pastor was looking at porn. The investigators determined that Krause routinely used the computer at work to view and to download child pornography, and a forensic review of the church computers revealed that he shared child porn as well as links to child porn electronically, and that he used AI, artificial intelligence, and a software program to create pornographic material. Now, as I already mentioned, this case was prosecuted by attorneys working out of the Western District of North Carolina, and they revealed that during their search warrant, investigators found over 1,200 videos and 450 images depicting sexual abuse of children. It was also disclosed they found a book on the church's computer that was maintained by the pastor, and in that book he outlined in detail how to sexually abuse children. I can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. This is all true. It was all stated in the report. Simply disgusting, but it's all true. He also had an anti-forensic program on the computer that made it easier for him to maintain and to delete files at his leisure. This was no small-scale operation. This man had been doing this for years, and he had figured out all the details, and I'm not sure what he was going to do with that book. He probably was going to sell it on the dark web. Who knows? But he did have a book, and it outlined in detail how to do what he had been doing. It does not appear that he was ever able to make bail for this case, but on August the 21st of last year, he did plead guilty to the possession and distribution of child pornography involving a child who was under the age of 12. And last month, in February, 6 months after that guilty plea, he returned to the courtroom to receive his sentence. The judge sentenced him to 10 years in prison to be followed by a lifetime of supervision. So After he has completed those 10 years, and I hope he has to spend every hour, every minute of that time behind bars, after he completed that time, he will be required to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another disgusting episode in our series on pastors or church leaders behaving badly. I hope this is a lesson learned. Don't trust your children around anyone, not even those who profess to be spiritual leaders. Many of them are just self-serving and they can't be trusted. This was a senior pastor who was well established and well respected, had a dedicated following, and when he thought no one was watching, he was downloading and watching child pornography on the church's computer, watching this material during the daytime when he should have been working. And then to learn that he even kept a detailed guide, he had a guide as to how to go about abusing our children. That was too much for me. I hope there's a special place in hell reserved just for him, and at least for now, or at least for the next 10 years, we won't have to be worrying about him. But keep in mind, he's not the only one. There are many more out there just like him. And whenever we find out about them, we'll be discussing them right here on this channel. And that's all I have for you right now. Feel free to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this video. And by all means, feel free to like it and to share it. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button. It's on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you click on the bell that looks just like this one, that's the notification bell. If you click on that notification bell, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.